how you going? Welcome to another episode of the Rookie's Guide to Finke. This week we're going to talk a little bit about riding in the dust and being able to read the track. So as we draw closer to the event, most of the prep work will be done. So this one will really help guys in the race. So unless you win prologue and you're the #1 bike out, you're going to be riding in dust at some stage. There's nothing you can do at Finke to avoid it, but there are some tricks to help you ride through it. So the main one is looking far ahead. So on the bike we can break our vision down to 3 parts. We've got our short, our medium and our long vision. So our short vision is normally that first few meters in front of a bike. We don't really use this at Finke because of the speed we're going. If we're looking down at the front mudguard, we're going to hit a lot of things and not see a lot of things. So our medium vision, I guess, is that 5 to probably 25 meter mark in front of us, and then the long vision is probably 25 meters on. So a lot of our vision at Finke will be looking at that middle and long vision. Long vision will be using to kind of see really far ahead what's coming up, if there's any nasty stuff, and our medium one will be trying to pick out the whoops, the holes, things like that. So very important to keep your eyes up and keep looking ahead. Even if you've got clean air or you're in dust, you need to be looking up and well ahead of where you're going. Now, the biggest tip I have for riding in dust is slow down. If you hit something in the dust at Finke, like, it's pretty dangerous. And in that first 10 to 30 kilometers of Finke, coming out of prologue, you'll be in heavy dust to the point where you probably won't even be able to see your mudguard in parts of it. So all you can do there, and it's the worst feeling in the world because you feel like you're losing the race, but is just to literally slow down until you get your vision back. So you will see guys fly past you in dust that you can't see anything, and you'll probably pass them 5-10 minutes later off the side of the track, jammed in a tree or seriously hurt. The amount of bikes that go down in that first 20 to 30 kilometers would be astonishing. So really just take your time. You've got 220 kilometers of racetrack. You can't win it in the first 20k, but you can lose it and you can finish your race early. So a big thing with desert racing, and I guess any real racing, is keep an eye out for where the spectators are. Because normally spectators will be near an obstacle. It might be a bit of a dune, a bit of a nasty section of whoops, but that's kind of a good indication to know that maybe something's coming up. If you see a big crowd of people around a certain part of the track, probably taper it down a little bit, and just take it easy on that section, because some of those dunes can have some really deep whoops on the backside, and if you launch off them into a big hole, you might get away with it, you might not. So when we're riding in that thick dust and we can't really see much more than our mudguard in front, if you can see the rider in front of you or their helmet, that is a good indicator to kind of see what the track is doing. If their helmet's quickly dipping up and down, you probably can guess that they're in a set of whoops. So you can look at the rider in front of you and, I guess, ride by feel, but also looking at his helmet and his body movement of what is going on in the track up ahead of you. So don't be afraid to really move around the track and try and get on the high side of the wind to get out of the dust. Try not just to sit in the same track that the guy in front of you is doing, or downwind of him, because you're just going to get dusted even worse. Important, even though you can't see, is to stay standing in a good, strong position. So if you do hit something, you've got more chance of recovering it rather than sitting down. So this is where pre-running really comes into it, is to make sure when you're pre-running is to really check out the track and look at those nasty obstacles and areas where there may be some things that will catch you out on the dust. There's no point really pre-running at full race speed if you don't take in any of the track, and then when you are in the dust you're pretty much riding as if you didn't pre-run at all. So the biggest thing to remember is to take it easy. Holding it on and hoping in the dust never ends well. You've already spent a lot of money getting to the race, so you'd rather lose 5 to 10 minutes in the dust and be able to make it up down the track, because you can't make it up at Alice Springs Hospital. So keep that in mind. You do have a lot of racetrack to recover time, and you will get out of the dust. As the field spreads out and you get into the big whoops, that's where you really can gain some time, rather than holding it flat out in the dust and risking probably yourself and your race. So guys, remember, to get a dog spike, we must finish, and to finish we have to get down to Finke and back in one piece. So keep that in mind. Try not to let your emotions get the better of you in the dust, and try and make smart decisions so you can finish the race and get a reward for all the hard work and effort you've put in. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy these episodes, and good luck this year. Ride safe, ride smart, bring home a dog spike. See you next week.